Welcome to KocoSports. I am the huge one kid idiot Dave Koco from KocoSports.com. I'm always streaming on twitch.tv/KocoSports. And this was sent to me by Rick, 1982, and a bunch of my friends, so I appreciate it. Dragon Gate, which I'm a big fan of, indefinitely suspends Ultimo Dragon. For the record, also big fan. I thought Ultimo Dragon and Dragon Gate was like the perfect mix. What could have gone wrong? All right, we're reading off postwrestling.com, sent in by Rick Knight today too, the original tweet itself, and also I got feedback from a PWI contributor. I believe her name is Issa, ISSA. I've met her in Yokohama, and she's the kindest, sweetest person in the world. And I've also talked to 2 Dragon Gate employees who said, hey, Koco, here's some information. Shut the fuck up. It didn't come from me. I'm like, all right. Sources deep inside the Dragon Gate locker room. On a serious note, though, Dragon Gate is probably one of my favorite products to watch, and I probably review it more. But here's the thing. If I review it and I really like the product, is it really a review? Dragon Gate, everything they do is amazing. Actually, in the YouTube age, that is a review, isn't it? You sick fucks. You sick, sick bastards on YouTube. Everything is awesome. Why is this a review? Everything is awesome. I'm so glad you're not an editor. Anyway, let's break this news story down. All right. Dragon Gate definitely suspends Ultimo Dragon. They sent out a tweet, and Dragon Gate Professional Wrestling held an event March 14th at Kobe Sunbow Hall. General Manager Saito requested Ultimo Dragon have a singles match against Diamante. The two have been engaged in a feud that they're going after one another's mask. Dragon refused, and to follow up on that, Dragon Gate pushed out the announcement that Ultimo Dragon has been definitely suspended. It will not be able to sell merchandise at Dragon Gate events, venues. The promotion posted an image of Ultimo Dragon leaving Kobe Sun Hall. First off, they did not do this guy any favors. This is when you know it's not a shoot. He just looks horrible in the photo. Like, you gotta, I know you guys are having it, you know. I know you guys are going at it, but jeez. Ultimo Dragon looks absolutely horrible. And the exit photo, they're like, click, get out of here. And Dragon Gate has fired people right on the spot before. There's stories and legends of foreigners not being in shape and them just leaving them out in the middle of nowhere, Japan. So Dragon Gate has very high standards of what a wrestler should be and what a wrestler shouldn't be, and they are quick to fire people. And considering that's how I run a lot of my companies, I understand. So there you go. I'm going to sell merch at Dragon Gate venues. The promotion posted an image of Ultimo Dragon leaving. Dismounted and Ultimo Dragon were in a co-main event of the 514 show. It was a 6-man tag, and Ultimo's team was disqualified after he removed Diamanto's mask. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing. My Spanish is horrible. Ultimo's headed to the USA to compete at TCW's Rise of the Titans event on May 20th in Aberdeen Township, New Jersey. Dude, when I grew up in the mean streets of New Jersey, we had no good events. And now you guys got Ultimo Dragon coming out? What the hell? Where were these events in the 80s and 90s, you fucking jerks? Sorry. Sometimes I get off track of the story. He'll be in a 3-way involving Johnny Moran and Anthony Gangon. Sonny Ono is accompanying Ultimo at the event. Aw. I'd say Sonny Ono's still doing some stuff. So the original one says the player was suspended indefinitely and the sale of his goods at each venue suspended for refusing a GM request to do a single match with, you know. So basically the same thing. The picture they show of him is not flattering. Issa, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing her name because she is probably one of the kindest people I've met at an event. Works for PWI. Says Dragon has been after Diamante's mask for weeks now, yet refused a special singles match versus the hashtag Mexican Power. Cyrio has suspended Dragon effectively. Gives out the date, weeks shy of the biggest show of the year. So it's also coming up to the biggest show of the year, which is a great point. And now me, I just responded, such a sad story. And she responded, someone need to be taught a lesson that your name doesn't entitle you to not participate. I'm here for it. So she's pro it. I've talked to 2 different Dragon Gate employees who said, Koco, remember when you used to fucking be popular and you would just drop names and get us in trouble? Don't do that. I'm like, well, the good news is I'm not popular anymore. And they're like, yeah, still, don't drop our fucking names. All right, so one employee said that that which call it basically he wanted this match at the pay-per-view, or he was like, I just want to sell merch and be in 6-man tags. I don't want to do 1v1. And that's what one guy said. Another guy said that he was just fucking stalling and being a pain in the ass and a prima donna and thrown out. So it's two different stories, two different things. It sucks because it's one of my favorite companies with one of my favorite wrestlers having a spat. Like I said, Dragon Gate's big event is coming up, or one of the biggest events of the year is coming up. So overall, just an all-around sad story. I don't know who's at fault here, but Dragon Gate is quick to fire people because they have high standards. Noah! Yeah, fucking high standards. Ghetto. Don't, just sit down, buddy. You're not even in this conversation. Yeah. What standards? I understand. So they have very high standards. So the firing on the spot doesn't surprise me with Dragon Gate. Firing on the spot of, Ultimo Dragon does surprise me just because of how big of a name he is. And who knows? Would you guys want me to cover more Dragon Gate? Because you guys are always like, I'm so negative. But I'm like, if you're doing a review and everything is awesome, is it a review? I mean, up to YouTube standards, maybe. I like Dragon Gate. Go check out Dragon Gate. That's where I'm going with that. So overall, Ultimo Dragon indefinitely suspended. You know what? It breaks my heart. But if this is shoot fabe, I'm done. But I don't see Dragon Gate. I think their standards are too high to do this shoot fabe bullshit. All right? Kayfabe, I'm okay with. Shooting, I'm okay with. Shoot fabe, no. Not on my watch. So hopefully Dragon Gate will bounce back, and hopefully more of the world will see how great Dragon Gate is. If you really like fast-paced athletic wrestling, these are the things that Dragon Gate does great. Fast-paced athletic wrestling. The teams, what's the word I'm looking for? Shit, I can't think of it. Franchise, no. Dude, I'm an old man that has a lot of concussions. But anyway, they have a lot of teams. Stages? What are they called in wrestling? Oh my God, I use the word almost every single day. But anyway, they're really good at team wrestling. They're really good at telling stories. They're really good at doing stuff a little bit differently. Overall, great product. You should watch it more, even though most likely we won't see Ultimo Dragon in it anymore. All right, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your feelings on this. Also, if you can name which team this is in Japan, you win today's hat trivia. Yeah. Plus, I know that you've stayed this long, and it makes me feel good in my tummy. We're always on twitch.tv/KocoSports when I'm feeling sick. We're KocoSports on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and the mean streets of Yokohama. With that, I am over. Hey, I couldn't find the button. Yeah, I should really time it where I say, I am over here. Like, I am over. Ooh, that's perfect.